Can I just say one thing firstly? I love the name Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat.
Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel in association with sharpbetting.co.uk. We are in prediction, we were in preview mode, shall I say. Elliot, I'm getting ahead of myself. The predictions to come at the end of this video, so please do stay around until the end to get our predictions on this fight, which is some WBC World Bantamweight title action down in, as I said, the Bantamweight division between the one, the only Junto Nakatani, and he is facing the also undefeated David Cuellar Contreras. It's a big fight. It's one I'm looking forward to. It's on a Monday. You know, we always love a wee Japanese fight night, which happens on in the middle of the afternoon for us here in the UK. It's brilliant. I love that. But yeah, before we get into it, please do subscribe to the channel, like this video. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on what we're about to discuss and how you see this fight playing out. But what first, before we come on to the actual fight itself, Elliot, and give our predictions, I do want to ask you a couple of questions about the champion, about the undefeated 29-0 27-year-old Southpaw Junto Nakatani. And I want to know, is he the man that could beat fellow Japanese fighter Naoya Inoue?
A lovely question. For this question, thank you very much for eloquent introduction. I think there's some good wins on Nakatani's record. There really are. I think you've got to look at those. Like Maloney was a good win. Astrolabio was a good win. But you're looking at likes of Inoue, and you're going, that's a top three. I'd actually say top two, to be honest. Fighter in the world right now. I really would. I think you're looking at it and going, yes, he carries power, of course, the 22 KOs in 29 fights, but he's not the monster, man. The monster is the monster for a reason. And I feel like I can't bet against Naoya anyway in that fight. I say he's got a chance. He's got a chance. He's got probably more of a chance than the last opponent that fought anyway has. He's got more of a chance, but I think, nah, not for me. Not for me. Anyway, still special. Still got a lot of big nights on the card. And times we've seen with the likes, when he fought Fulton, when he's fought those different guys as well, like Neary Tapala, those sort of guys, he's got different. He's not just power, man. It's just like the technique he's got as well, the actual boxing ability. Like he would be able to match Nakatani on that, and I just feel like he would have too much for him. And I think I'd even go as far as say the monster KO. I really would.
Big statement, big statement. Yeah, I mean, I just hope we get that fight. I know we're not experts in Japanese boxing, but I'd hazard a guess that would be the biggest fight ever in Japanese boxing. Junto Nakatani is obviously a two-weight world champion himself. Inoue about a 27-weight world champion as well. Yeah, I'd love to see that fight, but I do agree with you. I can't sit here for now and back against Inoue in that fight, especially if it was to be maybe up at super bantam, involving Nakatani moving up a weight division. Yeah, it's only 4 pounds or whatever, but I think if the fight was gonna happen, it would be on Inoue's terms. He maybe saying, no, you come up to super bantam. I'm not going back down to bantam. I've already conquered that division. If you want to beat me, you come up. We might never see it. Inoue might go up to featherweight. Who knows? But yeah, for now, I'm back in Inoue. But I think it wouldn't surprise me if people were backing Junto Nakatani to win that fight. He's an amazing fighter. He is world class. He is an elite fighter as well. Yeah, I would even put him in that bracket. But again, there's elite. There's the world class, there's the elite, and then there's Naoya Inoue. So yeah, I agree, man. Just Inoue, I suppose he stops everybody, doesn't he? Who's to say he wouldn't stop Nakatani? Well, a fight like that, where Nakatani would be coming to win, trying to take Inoue's head off, might play into Inoue's hands as well. Yeah, so yeah, I see where you're coming from for sure. But yeah, we don't want to dwell on Inoue. I want to talk about another potential fight for Junto Nakatani, and that is someone from the division below bantamweight, super flyweight champion, who again, arguably a top five pound for pound fighter, definitely top 10, a young fighter himself as well, Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Nakatani, Bam Rodriguez at bantamweight. So Bam moves up from Superfly. This fight happens, I don't know, late 2025 and 2026 at 118 pounds. Who wins and how?
Yeah, you know what? This is you gave me excited. You giving it the big sell there. Actually, I was actually kind of getting into. I was almost forgot that I'd have to speak. I was watching on TV. I think the intrigue here, obviously, is like you say, Bam moving up, and obviously Nakatani's been established at Bantam for some time. But I also think you hit the nail on the head, Paul, there, where you said world class, elite, and then Inoue. You're almost looking at world class, elite, and then where Bam Rodriguez is going as well. So for me, I'm not counting against Bam Rodriguez. Man, you look at the names he's got on that CV already. Yes, right division below Estrada. Obviously, Edwards not necessarily a big puncher, but Gonzalez, Rungvisai, even Quadras, like those sort of tough names you get on there. And I feel like for me, Nakatani's got a couple of good wins on there, like I mentioned, Esravio, the Maloney's, but Bam's just like collecting them, like like at the moment. So for me, so I feel that's a winnable fight for Bam. Really do. I think the difference for me, probably than the Inoue one, is that I might fancy Bam to get that done on points. Frankly, I think I'm not sure he'd actually have to back him to stop Nakatani. To be honest with you, but I think I definitely have him winning that sort of 8-4 sort of distance, man. Quite relatively comfortable. To be honest with you, I think the kid's special. We've spoken about it on this channel before, on this particular show before. Like I don't think he's going right where Inoue is at now in my mind.
Yeah, I completely agree. Jesse Bam Rodriguez is, well, I was going to say he's the future, but he's not really. He's the now as well, isn't he? He's incredible. And I think this fight, I could, talk about some hypothetical fights sometimes, and it's like, it's probably never going to happen. I can definitely see this fight happening. I mean, and it's only a 3 pound move up for Bam. And like, I know he's just moved up from flyweight to superfly, but like, he's still super young. He's probably already struggling to make superfly. He probably want to move up a little bit again. And yeah, I could see this fight happening in the not so distant future, mate. And it's one I really would love to see. I'm also backing Bam Rodriguez. Feel like we're hating on Junto Nakatani here. We're not at all. He's so good. It's just that you're talking about two names that are, as you said, elite, maybe just that level above world class. Um, and yeah, I'm backing Jesse Bam Rodriguez to beat Nakatani again. Wouldn't surprise me if Nakatani hurt Bam, had his moments, had him on the floor, but I'd be backing Bam, and I'd actually go Bam stoppage, to be honest, mate, a late stoppage. I'm high on Bam Rodriguez, and I think of the most of the boxing world are. And yeah, I just really hope we see that fight because it is a cracker. But without dwelling too much on other fights, we will come back to this fight between Junto Nakatani and the undefeated Mexican that is David Cuellar Contreras. 28-0, 18 stoppages. Big puncher himself. Do you think it could cause Junto Nakatani problems here? Could he even cause an upset? Could we have a new world bantamweight champion here with the WBC? How do you see this one going, Elliot?
It's a tough one, man, isn't it? Because we've seen Mexican lads come over before and like, and sort of throw spanners into the works. They seem to travel quite well, to be honest. Like you look at it and go, he's fought only in Mexico, but they always seem to travel well and they're tough and durable. So for me, could he win? I mean, potentially. I'm not going to sit here and claim I'm a massive student of his obviously of his CV, but you're looking like you say, you're looking at the power that he obviously has there. Hasn't been stopped either. Does he have enough to go the distance? Quite possibly, but I think you almost think he'd have to stop Nakatani to win in Japan as well. Like, I'd be very surprised to see him sort of go down there and outbox Nakatani and get a decision. So it almost seems like they'd have to sort of have to stop him. So for me, I actually favour Nakatani in this. Obviously, I don't think that's a kind of a hot take as such, but I think I'm going to go. I think Nakatani stoppage, man. I do. I think Nakatani's like we've kind of almost like we're not like you said we're not gone low on Nakatani in this video, but we've put him up against two all time sort of pound for pound top fighters. Very like you said, world class elite level operator himself. And I think, yeah, he's on us with the hot run as well. Obviously, coming from like first round KO against Shalabio, sixth round KO, a lot of KOs. Santiago, that was in the sixth as well. I actually think he's going to go sort of mid rounds here, 6-12. We handle the Cuellar Contreras his first stoppage loss. Actually, I think is how I'm looking at this one. But the second half of the fight.
So you're going Nakatani second half. I'm also going Nakatani. I'm also going stoppage, but I mean I'm going early. I think Cuellar Contreras' record is so padded. He's never been in a 12 rounder. He's fought quite a lot of people with a lot of losses on their resume, or people that we've never heard of. Again, you can only beat who's in front of you. As we said, Lara was like that before he came over and fought Warrington. Nobody knew who he was. Looked like a padded record. Didn't turn out to be that way. I don't think that's the case here. I think Nakatani will deal with Contreras or Cuellar. They'll deal with him well. Get him out of there within the first half. I'll probably go around 3-4-5 around then, maybe 4-5-6. But before put it this way, I don't think he sees the halfway mark here. I think Nakatani gets the job done early. So yeah, let us know in the comments, guys, your thoughts on this fight itself, and obviously the fights we mentioned there against potential opponents like Inoue in the all Japanese clash, or even Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. All of your boxing needs under one roof, and do as always like this video as well. Elliot, thanks very much for joining me. Absolute pleasure as always, and I will speak to you again next week.
Thank you very much, point as always, guys. Thank you very much for watching.